Apau, Prophet Clifford, Kojo, Hampton, for having you.
So Joe Clifford is a boy born in #1, that is Takadi, and grew up in Lagos town, known as Juomo. Yeah.
So Prophet Clifford, Kojo, Hampton is an
Ewe.
Wow.
Yeah. Juomo, raised by my grandmother.
Please, we would want to know what kind of childhood did you get while growing up?
If I would say, looking at where I was growing, like Lagos town, and raised by my grandmother, which of course she wasn't that kind of strong person who can say sleep, get up, do this. So I grew up in the street. So if I would say, it was very rough when I was growing, very, very rough, because growing up in a ghetto, you'll understand the kind of things, you know, the kind of things you see, the people you come across them. There are things that I knew them because I grew up in the street. It wasn't a struggle knowing certain things. Yeah, it wasn't a struggle at all.
So as you've made us know that you grew up in a street, and then you want to know, you use a word like rough. Your growing up was rough. Where rough means?
If I say rough, like doing everything not well we do at that time, talking about stealing. If I pass your kitchen, something will just missing. Oh. If I just cross something, will just something. If I just cross something.
So the Prophet Clifford that God is using as a voice in our generation was once a thief.
More than a thief.
Wow.
Very unfortunate that people don't know that story, but
that was the essence.
That was the thing. People's cocoa. Sometimes in the night, like say 1 o'clock, I'll be coming cocoa. Wow. In the middle of the night.
Wow.
Saturday, because I want to sell it in Sunday morning to a church nearby my house called Rima Chapel. Yeah.
You wouldn't attend it.
No.
You go and
sell
coconut.
Yeah.
Coconut.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. So you grew up on the street.
Yeah.
So that probably means you have stolen before, like you have said.
Of course.
You have smoked before.
Of course, I've smoked cigarettes. I've smoked weed.
Wow.
Because I have uncles who were selling it.
Wow.
So you can imagine, and I have one guy friend called Afido. He's late now. He was working at Lucky Bazaar. He taught me how to smoke weed.
Wow.
And fortunately for him, he got mad before he died by smoking the weed. And this year,
we bless God.
We thank God for grace.
Yes, that is cool.
Thank God for grace.
Prophet Clifford, please, we would want to know that upon all, like, while you were a child, and then upon all the challenges, did you ever have any supernatural encounter that made you believe you were meant for something bigger and brighter?
This is a serious question, because when I was not even born again, I'm somebody that whatever I do, people will just come around. Okay. Even the bad that I do, I'll have people who will come. They want to follow me. I remember one day there was an issue where I was staying in Abja house. It's a big house. And something happened, so they had a meeting, the whole house. They had a meeting, and every mother warned the child, many joining them because they are from them. They warned them that nobody should play with me. Wow. So right after the meeting, I still see the picture. Right after the meeting, I went outside, I took time, okay, and this not 10. Okay, there's something called, the 10. Yeah, no, not 10, not 10. Yeah, the empty, we call it cascading. So I just put my child there, took that 10, made it flat, and I said, go and cascading. And the same kid that their parents have warned them not to play with me, all of them kids that they want to play the cascading with me. So then, I don't want to say I knew that I would be somebody, no. But that is how it was at that time. And there was a woman in my house called Auntie Florence. She was working then at Commercial Bank. Then every Sunday morning, I wasn't born again. Anytime Archbishop Dankaran is preaching on Sunday morning, this woman would come and call me from my grandmother's room that I should come and watch this man because I look like him. I wasn't born again, so constantly against my will, Every Sunday, I had to go and watch Archbishop Daniel. It was a must. She would come and wake me up. After one, where my son? That very softly. I don't know what she was saying, so I would just obey the woman and I'll come and sit down, watch Archbishop, and after 3:30, I go and live my normal life. That is what I would say. There wasn't anything supernatural because I wasn't coming from a Christian home. I saw things, I saw, everywhere. So there are things I saw physically that was happening in my family, in my house as well. So there was nothing connection with, if the day is God, there is not. No, there was nothing like that.
Okay. So from your grandmother era to when the woman told you come and work the Archbishop Nicholas and Williams, we realized as you've made us known, you are not from a very good family, like you're not from a very good family background. Were you able to go through school?
Wow. That's one of the things I keep pushing. People don't believe it. But I was even telling my kids that when I want to go to where I finished my university, that is Lagos County Primary School. Now Lagos County Primary School, then called Banchiasi. I had the opportunity to only enter class 1, class 2, and class 3.
Wow.
That is the last, as long as I'm concerned, that is my university. Class 1, class 2.
Lagos County Primary School.
Then the headmaster was called Master Tapoli.
That's powerful. Yeah. That is all God can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Prophet Clifford, please, we want to know, do you have a particular thing that you were struggling with as an unbeliever, like a particular sin that was really disturbing you that people never knew about, and even after you became born again?
What is it? When I was an unbeliever, like I said initially, my hand was my problem, and I'm quick-tempered person, very quick-tempered, because I won't let you take me for granted. We will fight till we will fight. For the fight, we will fight. And that was one fighting and stealing. And one funny thing, I remember there was one funny thing that was keep on happening, and if the woman is taking her bath, I would just go through the wall and go and think when the person is taking her bath.
Wow.
I was young then, but I was like, so what I just so what about that? But if you are taking your bath, I have to come with you. I would just pass energy. I can fall and lose my life because it was a strong building. I have to pass behind the wall and just do like this. While the person is seriously taking a bath, and I was also doing like this. Yeah, so these are the things. And when I was an unbeliever, because I was from a poor home, what girl would you go and say I love you? And I will remember I saw one fair girl that I think I loved her in one of the house there. I will have to force my way through, like I'm selling bread, just to go to that girl's house and see her face. But she knows that I'm not there to sell the bread. I came there because of her. So it was serious. It was fighting, causing trouble here and there. And, that was it. Women wasn't there at that time. Yeah, it wasn't the way. But if I should continue, is when I became born again, I started preaching here and there, doing evangelism, and God dropped a little thing on my head. I started fooling. And because of the friends I had at that time, I was older than them. And I was the breadwinner among the friends that we were staying in the same house. So nobody can see what you're doing. And at that time too, I think I'm my own boss. So who are you to tell me that they're an identity? So that was it. So stealing when I was an unbeliever, fighting, protected, because I was a weightlifter.
I can speak of your muscle feeling.
That was it. But when it comes to a particular sin, born again rather, that women became one of the strongest things that sometimes it can hold you and you can't do yourself. You have nobody to talk to because I remember I spoke to somebody about it. And by the time I realized it was all over, and he told me himself, now I'm going on okay. So
when you believe in someone
so I decided to keep things to myself and keep on doing God.
So, Prophet of God, could that act be as a result of you picking on women who were getting her? Maybe that a spirit entered.
There is something I must say, and I don't know if I must have not really myself. There is something serious I'm not told anybody on this planet. Nobody knows about that one. When my mom passed away, it's something that nobody knows, but for the sake of this thing, you know what, no reason my wife.
Wow.
When my mom passed away, I was young, very, very young, and those who came for the funeral, there was one of her friends, my mom's friends, that a man wanted to have his own way through life. It was a Friday night, so the man, well, woman, you know. So I went for the first one to the river, and I came, but the man came to me again. I think she was eating in the kitchen. And so when I went to the kitchen, but some hours and not over. The woman at that time called me. I don't know my age, but I was very young. I was very young. Called me, sat down, removed my dress, and we slept. Myself and that woman. In the kitchen. I still remember. I still see the picture. I was very young, but I remember I slept with a woman in the kitchen. I don't know what happened to me, but that was what happened. In the kitchen, my mother was there. Then I stayed that people are crying. And because I did not also stay with her, so that kind of love wasn't there when it comes to my mother. So we were fine. But that is what happened. So when I was growing, I knew that there is something behind the scene, because sometimes it is normal with any man, sometimes you fall. But my own, for me, I knew that there was something behind it. I knew that it wasn't the normal thing that any man goes through.
So, Prophet of God, how were you able to come out of that situation?
What do I say? I prayed about it. I was just praying and praying. It was the same, and it was hitting me, because sometimes you go to a place and somebody will know the way God is using you, and then after something else is not out, but
there's always
that kind of thing, and sometimes we are in the then after I realized, no, now I'm growing, and apart from that, it also was pulling me back. I wasn't seeing the things I knew I have to see. Though when it comes to money, they are fine, but it wasn't about money. I realized that I was lacking certain things, the kind of presence things that I was experiencing was not coming again. So I prayed about it. I fasted. I talked to my senior pastor about it, and he said that, okay, do this and do that. By the time I realized, I don't want to say that I prayed that it's no. By the time I realized it wasn't like that again. I don't know how it left me, but I realized that it wasn't like that again. Yeah, I saw that, I don't know something. It was something that I realized, because sometimes I go to the bathhouse, I will amaze myself, I will cry all the cry, and right after the cry, you realize that the next 2 days were in the same mess. And who are you going to talk to? But thank God for God. Yeah, and my senior pastor who said that, do this, watch. I remember he told me, as you listen to some men of God, he mentioned Bishop and Calvin, he mentioned Apostle Suleiman, he mentioned other men of God. Action, watch them, and you'll be inspired, and things will just spark on things.
We thank God for the life of your senior pastor. We thank God. We will ask questions about him, but then we want to know on all these things, what kind of events led you to Christ?
Whoa. I had this guy in Lagos called Apau.
Okay.
And I knew him. I knew that he was coming from a Christian home, that kind of stuff. And his father sent him one day, and he took the money, ran away with the money, went to some place, squandered the money, and it was all over Lagos now because where it's a little place that was also, it was all over Lagos now. And this guy came back within a month or two. I saw him preaching here and there, and people said, I bet I suffer. And where I'm coming from, I need a bed. Where I bed was my bed suffer. So that was it. So I was sleeping one morning, that's this same Auntie Florence.
Wow. The woman
That woman, Auntie Florence, yes.
Archbishop.
Yes.
Okay.
Auntie Florence again. Knock at my door. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do to you? So I think we're living on the first floor. So I came through the window and I saw a bed. A door. Is it done like 5, 6, almost like 6? He was split in the front of our house. Now this person and with all my stubbornness and everything, I'm a man that I have a soft heart. I easily break into tears. So when I saw a bed, a bed is bleeding. So I stood there, I listened to him for a reason, I listened to him, and he made a motor call. Then I said, I go downstairs, and I raise my hand and I give myself to God.
We thank God for the life of Abednego.
Yeah. No, he was very Christian faith, like now he went to South Africa.
Oh, wow. We thank God for his life wherever he is.
Now he is on the platform, the senior pastor of Top Life Chapel International. He is no person than the man people call the apostle of prayer, the one others also term as Apostle One, the one others see as mentor, the man that people think he has influenced so many youth, so many lives. We are here with Apostle David Apau. You are welcome aboard, man of God.
Thank you.
This is message of hope, and then we want to know the story behind the glory, the story that people don't know, where God took you from, where you were before you came to the lamplight, where you were that now somebody calls you a father, somebody looks at you and calls you a mentor. So you are welcome once again, and we are very much privileged to have you as people.
God bless you for having me. Let me see this opportunity to greet our viewers out there. May God bless you for watching this program. I strongly believe that your life will never remain the same. Amen.
Amen. Okay, Apostle, please, we would want to know what kind of a child were you while growing up?
Wow. That's a great question. Something I've tried to avoid for many years. Let me start by saying that I lost my father 1990.
Sorry.
And even before I lost my father, we are not that good, rich kind of people according to our societal standards. So you could imagine the kind of life my family went through when that event took place, when we lost our father. Can you imagine that at the age of 13 years, I have to fetch water for people like like people who are building, like concrete. We have to go in there, fetch water for them, work as a laborer at the age of 13 years. At that tender age, I have to go through that hard kind of labor to earn something for myself and sometimes for some of your family members. So it has not been easy. It has not been easy, and it is a long story. We have been through hell, and we bless God for how far He has brought us. To answer your question, I was brought up in a hard way in terms of finances.
Where hard way in terms of finances mean?
Okay. As I said, when I lost my father, my mother was a trader. My mother was a trader. She was selling at the marketplace. And sometimes we have to sell for another people so that they can give us something. You have to go and sell for other people. Actually, they are not your mother. You have to go and take their items, go and sell them so that they can give you something. I'm the kind of person that I've not seen something that we call 3 square meal when I was young. We never had that kind of feeling that when you wake up, you know what you are coming to eat. In the evening, you are sure that there's going to be a food on the table. You know, at the age of 13 years, I have to find my way to get food on the table for myself.
And then we would want to know, so upon all that challenges, did you have a chance to educate yourself?
I was privileged. I told you we are family of 6. By then, the first day were, they were older people that have completed school. They are Form 4 education. But the last 3, in which I'm the last, they were not privileged to go to the second cycle of education. So myself, I thought it will happen to me, but God's so good on my side. After the JSS, looking at my results, they thought it wise that by hook or crook, they have to help me to enroll in the second cycle of education. So I thought I was blessed and privileged. But I now come to the level where I believe that education is self-projection.
Okay.
Because being at the second cycle of education, or HASSS, in our time, that's how we call it, SSS, to our social standard, that's not somebody who is educated. You understand? You are still in the process of the fundamental, the foundation of building your muscles in the level of education. But we have come this far by self-projection. Education, I always tell people that education is collective of information. So if God has blessed you in a capacity where you can read and write, I believe that you can educate yourself in a way. Don't stop reading. A great man said that if you stop reading, you start dying.
Okay. So you had the opportunity to educate yourself to the second cycle institution.
Not myself, but I was helped by my mother. I remember my mother, my 2 big brothers, they took me I went to the all-time best school, GSTS.
So you are a giant?
I am a giant.
Okay.
And I'm always proud to be a giant.
So please, to our next question. So upon all these challenges that you went through, losing your father at a tender age, you having to serve for people before you get food to eat, throughout all those times, did you have any supernatural encounter that made you believe that one day you will be a better and a bigger person?
Oh, yes. Because from my infant, I saw that I saw it that I'm a leader.
Okay.
Because Those days we used to pray more, not these days that the computer or that the children, they have access to phones and their laptops, their desktop and other things. Those days we pray so many things. And anything I would like to do, that's what people also want to do.
Oh, okay.
So I sometimes see myself like a leader. Like, let's take playing football, for example. If I decide to quit, the whole game will collapse.
Okay.
So I saw that kind of leadership, even though I didn't understand it better as today, but I saw it on my own small way.
Okay, but you were a born leader.
Yeah.
Wow, I see. So, back at the days of GSTS, would we say you were that crusade person, that SU type of person, or you were a bad person? Like, not a bad person as in a bad, but were you that stubborn student? Were you the one going out without exit? Did you ever smoke at GSTS? Did you ever do things a student was not supposed to do? How was your life back then?
Being at GSTS, seriously, I had opportunity to hear the gospel, but I didn't respect.
Wow.
Even somebody took me to SU, they were praying in tongues. I deliberately copied one friend's tongues, and I used to tease him with it.
Wow.
I had nothing to do with the gospel, and I wasn't ready at all, because even my mindset of entering into GSTS will not even permit me to accept the gospel.
Wow.
Because I see them as, those days we say, well, like share water. So I also want to share some.
That's interesting.
So I was a day student.
Oh, okay.
I was a day student, but in the second year, I went to boarding house myself.
By yourself?
By myself.
By your own prescription?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That shows
Yes.
how bad you were.
Oh my goodness. So my friends who were with me at the cabin knew that I'm not a boarder.
Mm.
But the junior ones didn't know. But I was fun away mingling with them. Yeah. Because when you are those days, when you are that kind of share worker, nobody can easily bully you. The top guys, you are with them. Because sometimes, excuse me to say, we smoke together. Since I'm a day student, I don't have to take extra before coming to the house. So I have that kind of free flow. I can walk in, walk out. So sometimes I'll come to the house, I'll buy the cigarettes, then when I go, I'll give it to them. So
you are more or less like a distributor of cigarettes at school.
That's how you term it.
Okay.
Right, okay. So nobody at that time, the potential people who can actually take you out, or those days we say, well, like chook, who can chook you, were the kind of people I was mingled with.
So that makes us endorse the fact that in life, the kind of people that you work with determines where you go. Is that true?
Oh, it's true.
Okay.
It's true. I've come this far to believe that change is not a matter of time. Change is an encounter of the books you read and the people you meet.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, Apostle. So, throughout all those years, you said you were not the Christian type, you were not the church type. So what, I want to say, what made you realize you need Jesus now? What made you give your life to God?
Can I surprise you?
Sure.
Even before I completed GSTS,
Okay.
I sometimes follow my parents to church. We were Presbyterian back then. I didn't even know the difference between God and Jesus.
My God.
I didn't even know the difference between God and Jesus.
And you are an apostle today.
That's grace.
Thank God for grace.
That's grace. Because that was not my focus. I won't give you my attention. I won't give you my attention. When you are preaching to me, I won't despise you, I won't insult you, I won't turn down on you, I will just looking at you. I will give you my eyes, but I will give you my ears. I didn't know the difference between Jesus and God. That Jesus is the Son of God. I've not come to that level of knowledge. So, back to your question. One day, I was in the house when, after secondary school, I was in the house. Actually, I was hungry. I was praying that, not praying that, praying and wishing that I would get something to eat. And those times my mother would go to market. Things were not actually falling as expected. So she would normally come home late. The very day she would come early, it would be around 8:30. So you can imagine.
In the evening?
In the evening,
Okay.
8:30 p.m. So he would come around 9, thereabout. So she was cooking, and I was waiting. And my senior brother, by then, he was a born-again Christian.
Wow.
And she told my mother, I'm going to church. I'm going to church. I don't know. Something whispered into my ears. It's the kind of life you have to live.
Oh.
I was just looking at him and something whispered. By then I'll say something, but today I'll say the Holy Spirit whispered into my inner man that this is the kind of life you have to live.
Okay.
There and there, something breaks inside me.
Oh.
I was that kind of, aggressive kind of person. But I was becoming slow, little by little. Little by little, I wanted to hear the gospel. I wanted to hear the word of God, but somebody to lead me into Christ wasn't there. I've not come in that terms. But something told me, Holy Spirit told me, this is the kind of life you have to live.
So that made you give your life to Christ?
No.
Okay.
One day, we had a dinner,
Okay.
and I was going to call my friend.
Okay.
He's also a pastor now, he's called Pastor Eric, who's writing. So when I went to his house, they were praying there.
Okay.
Seriously, I didn't go there to pray with them. I went there to pick him for the dinner. So when I went, they were praying. So I decided, the mother told me to join them. So I joined them. The man of God told me that he sees me as a great man. In my mind, is this man telling me this thing because he sees me wearing suit? This is the suit I'm wearing is for dinner. It's not for to be a man of God.
You didn't even believe that prophecy?
Oh, but I didn't doubt him anyway.
Okay. That was good.
Yeah, I didn't doubt him anyway. So he was just praying, and he asked me. He threw a question that like an altar call. If somebody wants to receive Christ, then I said yes, because the message really went down. It went down in my spirit. So in the process of confessing after him, I felt the power of God hit me. That very night I spoke in tongues.
Wow, glory be to God.
That very night I spoke in tongues.
Okay.
Do you know the funny aspect of it?
No.
That very night I went to the dinner.
Wow.
And that very night I smoked. So when I was smoking, something hit me that what I'm doing is not good. But previously I can smoke and nothing will communicate to me.
So the questions were there after then.
Yes.
Wow. We thank God for that. So we would also want to know, after you gave your life to Jesus Christ and before, was there any particular sin you were struggling with before you received Christ as the Lord and personal Savior? And after you tell yourself, oh, I was in the faith, I have received Christ. But was there any particular sin that you were struggling very much with? So,
Before I became saved, myself, by then I didn't know it was a sin.
okay.
But I walk with the consciousness of the fact that nobody cared for me.
Wow.
Because my father is not there. I stay in a compound house. Nobody will tell you that, have you eaten? Nobody will ask you such questions, you know. So I walk with that kind of consciousness that nobody cares for me. So whether you are an elderly person, whoever you are, if you cross my life, I will tell you my peace of mind.
Wow.
Yes. If you cross my life, I will tell you my peace of mind. But until this time that I've come to know that it was a weakness or it was something that is sin. It was a sinful act that you do. I will really insult you.
Wow.
You dare not try to think that, or you're a small boy, so you can insult me and go free. No, I'll give you back.
So you are disrespectful.
That, yes, but I didn't know because by then I thought nobody cared for me. Don't cross my life. Let me be.
Okay. Okay. Apostle, please, we want to find out, as a young minister, did you ever face rejection by Christian sisters and Christian women as in relationship aspects?
Oh, yes, but not really, because, you know, I'm the type of person, before I give even myself to you, I have to do my calculations well. You understand? Because I'm a little analytical. I calculate things.
Okay.
I calculate myself because I don't easily forgive things. So before I will come into your life, I will come as a casual friend.
Okay.
But there's one I remembered. By then I really wanted her.
Okay.
But one guy at that time who had something on him took her away.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah. It was something that it was all castrated by God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that takes us to our next question. How did you meet your wife?
First and almost, I met her, but the first time I saw her was at my former church.
Okay.
But by then, it has not dawned on me that I wanted her or something like that.
Okay.
But it came a time that myself, I met her when I wanted to take my nephew at one school called Apau.
Okay.
So when I went there, by then it has been a while I saw her because she has stopped coming to church at that time. So when I saw her, she has really come of age. Quite fine by then.
I see.
So I saw that no, I have to grab this wonderful sister because if care is not taking, somebody will take care of me. Because even before the first time I saw her, she was nice. I saw her as a nice, pretty girl, but it wasn't so heavy on me that I needed her as a girlfriend or something. But for the second time I met her at Apau, I saw that no, I needed her.
Okay, so you met her at church and whilst you were picking up your nephew from school. Okay, so what kind of hurdle did you go through before you were able to get her as a fiancée?
You know, she's the same girl who is my wife today.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so I would not like to talk too much because by then my in-law thought that we are not compatible and those kind of things. But since as it stands, she's my in-law, I would not like to go deep into the answer of the question.
Okay.